Just as you reflect on the regular season, which of course is now complete, how would you assess these 82 games, and what are you looking for from your team heading into the playoffs?
Some ups and downs, some growing pains at times, and some inconsistency. But when you can win 52 with some injuries and some first times for guys, I think it's not to our expectation of what we wanted to do, and I'd say seeding and all that, but seeing growth and toward the end of the season, playing some of our best basketball outside of, a few spurts here and there. And that's what you want to see, consistency, health, and good basketball going into the playoffs. And so, we know we've had ups and downs and let quite a few games slide. Could be obviously better than 52, but with all things considered and how we're playing and how we're feeling right now, we'll take it.
Clint's been really important, especially with Steven being out. What did you see from Clint, not only tonight, first, career made three, but just in general?
Yeah, he's been good all year. It's like I said, he hadn't got a ton of minutes because Steven's so good in what he does and all that. But in the small amount of minutes he got, he was always winning his minutes and provides us a different look. And so it'll be important going forward that that's what you got him for. Injuries happen, back-to-backs happen, and gives us a different look. Rim protection, obviously an elite rebounder on both ends, and a lob threat. And so it's a little bit different there. We can just gives us more versatility, going small, going with him as a backup, and rounding him into shape, and it's good to go right now.
Coach, just over the course of your playing and coaching career, there's been a lot of playoff games, a lot of games in the regular season. How would you describe the difference between the two?
Playoffs and regular season? Oh, it's a whole nother ball game. Obviously, like the intensity, the possession battle, everything matters, and you can feel that even late in the season or in-season tournaments, stuff like that. You can feel the difference, and so certain matchups as well. You get a playoff atmosphere, but yeah, the attention to detail and obviously the scouting is way more in depth. You're not just playing one of 82, and so you have to prepare for that, and that's what we try to do in these last 10 to 15 was flip the switch and get into playoff mode as far as focus and mentally being ready for what's to come, and also physically, up in our physicality. And so I think we've done that for the most part, but now it's time to dig in on an opponent.
In the playoffs with this team, a lot of first-timers for a lot of those younger players as well. What do you think that you learned, and what will you be able to use heading into this playoff matchup?
Yeah, the intensity of it, the physicality of it, and, getting off to a better start in the series in general. And like I said, at times it felt like it took us 2-3 games to kind of get down what we really wanted to get against Golden State, and kind of got behind and then worked our way back into it. If we started off better, it would have been a different series. And so that attention to detail and not, kind of deer in the headlights for the first time, I think guys are over that. But even without that, I think the majority of our young guys have played real minutes in real situations now. And a guy like Reed, who didn't play as much, or our men playing a different situation, different position, being in that situation last year will help. And so, we're missing some veterans, no doubt, with experience, but I think our young guys have grown up throughout the season.
Speaking of Reed, how do you feel that he's going to be able to handle some of the blitzes that are going to come at him on the offensive side, and maybe some of the searching him out on the defensive end?
Yeah, I think he's able to handle both much better this year. Like I said, the physicality on both sides of the ball is where he's really improved at, and I like the versatility we have with him, Kevin, Ime, all doing different things out of pick and roll, and teams have to prep for that. And so just more well equipped this year after playing heavy minutes starting at times, or playing a much more improved role off the bench. And so I think all our young guys have grown, and Reed's taking really good steps this year.
Coach, with you guys having a successful regular season last year, being a 2 seed, you came into this season with expectations. We know what Kevin Durant does with expectations. He's had that his entire career. But your young guys, your young core, what have you seen from them as far as growth this season with those same expectations?
Yeah, that we've had ups and downs as a team, no doubt, and gave away quite a few games. So we could obviously be in a better position than we are now with the wins and seeding. But like I said, playing good basketball at the right time is important, and all of our young guys have taken steps. Alpi, all-star again, Jabari, Ime, Reed, definitely you can see improvement there across the board, and taking steps throughout the season. So I think we're more well-equipped to not have to rely on Kevin or Alpi or whatever the case was last year, Fred at times in the playoffs. You see guys stepping up in different situations and growing across the board, and so more balance should bode well for us.
What's the biggest thing from these last 15 games? You mentioned a few times that you think you can bring over into the playoffs?
Yeah, we've guarded better. That's a start. Just defending and, like I said, attention to detail and locking in on personnel and habits. I think in general that's gotten better, and that's going to be the case in the playoffs. Everybody, what everybody's going to run and what they're going to do. It's taking away certain situational things from guys, and so I think we've gotten better there defensively, and then our overall team sharing the ball, high assist numbers, low turnover numbers, just ball movement and body movement has been better in the second half of the season.
You guys will face LeBron James that should be playing a lot of point guard, a lot of handling the ball for them. When he slows the game down in the postseason, does he make it that much more difficult with his excellent decision making?
Yeah, I mean, the game slows down regardless, so it's just one guy you can key in on a little bit more than obviously when they have Doncic or Reeves or, whatever the situation is going to be there. And so, we know a lot is on his shoulders, and obviously we'll throw multiple bodies and different looks at him. But, he's obviously playing a high level for them with the injuries they've had, and we understand that's going to be the case going forward. Thank you.